Hello everybody, my name is Doc Jane Bruder. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I'm a foreign educated physical therapist guide to US application. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and for my viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for watching. Okay, so guys, I'm going to bring you a video about and to answer questions about NPTE registration. Okay, so for those of you who are ready to take the NPTE, this video is for you. What are the important steps that you need to remember or need to know to register for NPTE, and what are the things that you need to know before you register for NPTE? Okay, so there are so many questions that we can answer through this video related to NPTE registration in relation to applying to the US as a physical therapist. So let's start. Okay guys, so I Googled it because someone asked me if she can take the exam, the NPTE, National Physical Therapy Examination in Canada. So I Googled it, and this is the first part that came out, arranging to take the NPTE FSBPT. So this is the official website of FSBPT, www.fsbpt.org. Okay, so if you click on this, okay, so it will take you to this website, this part of the website, and this is very important if you want to learn on how to register for the National Physical Therapy Examination. Okay, so what are the steps? Okay, so the first one, it says here, obtain application materials from licensing authority of the jurisdiction in which you are seeking licensure. So this is very important. You cannot take the NPTE unless you got approved by the state. So what do I mean by that? You have to apply to the state, for example, of New York, if you want to practice in New York or get a license in New York. So you have each state, you have to remember, each state have their own set of requirements and own set of fees. Okay, and you have to pass the credentialing. Okay, so there are three things that you have to remember. You have to choose the state, you have to go to their website, you have to look at all the requirements of those states, okay, of that state, specific state that you want to practice. Okay, so you have to submit all the requirements that they need from you, or if they need documents from your school or from the licensing authority in your country, you have to pay the fee. Okay, you have to pay the fee for that state. And of course, being a foreign educated physical therapist, you have to pass the credentialing process. Okay, so I have a separate video about credentialing, but you have to take note, F6CPT is accepted in all states. Other states also accept like ICD, IERF, ICA, depending on the state you're applying, okay, too. So you have to go to their website to know what are the requirements. Okay, so after you completed all the requirements of that state, then they will issue a eligibility letter. Eligibility letter simply means that you are good to go to take the exam. It's just the state saying, okay, you have proven that you're a physical therapist, okay, you are a graduate of physical therapy program, okay, we saw your documents that you submitted and you paid us the fee. Okay, so only when you receive the eligibility letter, only that time that you can go to FSBPT website to register for National Physical Therapy Examination. Okay, so register and pay for examination at the FSBPT website. And then they have a note here, if you have disability covered by Americans with Disabilities Act, then you have to tell them that you need accommodation. Okay, so it says here, the jurisdiction licensing authority, your state, will approve your eligibility and they will notify that the FSBPT. But please note that your jurisdiction cannot approve your eligibility until examination, registration, and payment has been received by FSBPT. Okay, so the state said, okay, she's good to go, he's good to go to take the exam, FSBPT, you have to pay and actually choose the date when you want to take the examination. So once you go to the FSBPT website, they will ask you what date you want to take the examination. So after you chose the date of the examination and you paid the FSBPT, then they will send you the authorization to test letter. Okay, so this letter contains the instruction on how to schedule your appointment with Prometric. So you pay the state, you pay the FSBPT, but you have to pay the Prometric to actually use their facility, their building, their computer. Okay, so it's a separate payment. Okay, and this ATT letter is very important to bring during your tourist visa application or interview with the US Embassy. Okay, so this ATT is essential, critical to show to the consul why you are going to the US, why you need a tourist visa, to prove to them that you're going to take the examination. Okay, so you will receive the ATT by email, okay, using the address that you used during the registration. So make sure that whatever email address you use when you register, you check that email address for the ATT. Okay, so you may also access ATT letter on FSBPT website under status of my requests. Okay, and if you have any questions about the registration, you can email the exam registration at fsbpt.org. Okay, schedule an appointment for examination with Prometric. You may schedule your appointment with Prometric online at www.prometric.com/FSBPT or call the number on the ATT letter. Okay? Sit for the examination at your chosen Prometric testing site. You must sit for the examination on the date indicated on the ATT letter provided by FSBPT. If you don't sit on that examination or if you withdraw your registration, your eligibility will be removed from the eligibility list and you will be required to start all over again for exam registration. Okay? So let's go through the frequently asked questions about NPTE registration. Okay? So this one does not pertain to foreign educated physical therapists, okay, about sitting for examination prior to graduation. That is only for graduates here in the US. Okay, so this one, am I required to sit for examination in jurisdiction in which I am seeking licensure? So what does it mean? Okay, so for example, if I want to be licensed in New York, should I take my NPTE only in New York? The answer is no. Okay, you can take the NPTE anywhere. It says here approximately 360 testing centers in the US and in Canada. So those of you who are asking if you can take the NPTE in Canada, the answer is yes. But of course, you have to visit the Prometric website to see what areas in Canada you can take the NPTE. Okay, so you cannot take the NPTE in your own country. Okay, so in the Philippines, usually the candidates will go to the nearest territory, Guam. Okay, that is the nearest. Okay, may I register to take the examination with more than one jurisdiction at the same time? So for example, you want to be licensed in New York and you want to be licensed in New Jersey and you're going to take the NPTE. Can I use that NPTE for both jurisdiction or both states? The answer is no. You can only register for one state at a time. Okay, so if you do not pass, then you can change later. For example, you try to take the NPTE for New York and you did not pass, and next time you want to take the NPTE for New Jersey, then you can indicate that in your exam registration. Then you can register for NPTE for New Jersey. Okay, but you cannot take one NPTE for many states. Okay, May I register for more than one fixed date administration at the same time? No, you can't. So once you register for an examination, you are registered only for one date to take the NPTE. You cannot take it like in April, and then you can also take it in July with one registration. Okay, so per registration, you can only take it for one date. Okay. Are there deadlines for registrations? Yes. So if you click on this, okay, it will take you to this website, the FSBPT 2022 deadlines and dates for physical therapists NPTE. Okay, so they give examinations on January and April, July, October. So 4 months, 2 days per month. Okay, so total of 8. Okay, 8 dates available for you to choose from. So there's a deadline for registration and payment. There's a deadline for your state to approve you or give you eligibility to take the exam. The reservation of seat. They also have when will the score be forwarded to the state that you're applying to, and when will your score be available online. Okay, so that's all in here. So you have to take note of those deadlines. Okay, what are my licensure and examination fee, registration fees? Okay, so for the fee for the exam, to register for the exam for NPTE, for FSBPT website, it's $485. But as you remember, I mentioned before, there's a fee for the state. So different states have different fee. So it's a separate fee to pay the state to apply there as physical therapist. You pay the FSBPT to register for exam, and then you have to pay Prometric to actually use their building, their facility to take the NPTE. So those are separate fees. Okay, next. The NPTE registration form asks for social security number, and I do not have one. What do I do? Okay, so this is a very common question, and I actually have a separate video about this, but I'm going to discuss it here anyway. Okay, someone asked me about this a few days ago. So the social security number, you can only have it if you are here in the US legally. You are have a working visa, you are an immigrant, or you are a US citizen. Okay, if you're still in your own country, you don't have any working visa, you're not an immigrant, you're not a US citizen, you don't have social security number. FSBPT have this what we call AIN, or alternate identification number, and this is for free, that you can go to their website. Okay, fsbpt.org. So if we go to their website, so let's click this one. Okay, and then you go to our services. The instruction is there on that first page, and then candidate services, and then you go here, AIN. So this is for free that you can do online. Okay, so it says here, if you are an exam candidate and cannot obtain social security number, an alternate identification number will be assigned to you when you create an account. So you have to create an account with FSBPT website through this link. Okay, but you have to remember this. Okay, the issuance of AIN is solely for registering for FSBPT services only. Okay, when you cannot obtain the social security number. The AIN is not a substitute for social security number for any other purpose. Okay, candidates will be notified of their assigned AIN and FSBPT ID by email upon issuance, generally 2 business days of receipt of FSBPT. Okay, so what does it mean, guys? So for example, the states of California, Nevada, Indiana, before you can even apply there as a physical therapist, you know, you're just applying, you need social security number. So what it means is that if you're still in your own country, you want to start in California, you cannot, because you don't have social security number. most of the therapists in California that are practicing right now, they started off practicing in other states that they can apply to without social security number requirement. Then after 9 months or more, they transferred to California or Nevada or Indiana. So those are not a start of states, okay? You cannot start there because you don't have social security number, and you cannot use the AIN as a substitute for social security number to apply to that state, okay? And they will clearly tell it in their website. The AIN is solely for transaction with FSBPT only, okay? In relation to taking the NPTE, not for other purposes such as applying to state. There you go, guys. So I hope that was clear about NPTE registration. I have given you so much value through this video. I have answered so many questions about AIN, you know, what are the requirements before you can actually register for NPTE, the deadlines, and what are the states that you cannot actually start to practice as physical therapist, and a whole lot more. So I hope this video is very helpful for you. Please share this video to other foreign educated physical therapists who are in the journey of applying here to the US. So for those of you who are really serious to fast forward your US application, you're done of searching through the internet or YouTube or Googling on how to do the step-by-step process, and you don't want to waste your time instead of you know, spending months and years of trying to figure it out, and just collapse it into a few hours, and you would know and master and will have a clear roadmap without wasting your time, your money, your energy, ending up in frustration and confusion. Then I highly suggest the turbocharged USPT masterclass. Okay, so this masterclass that I have done, I recorded it. I was with actual students, you know, we did it live. I recorded it, and it is packed with information that will answer so many questions, like what is credentialing, what is healthcare worker certificate, can you practice with just bachelor, or you need master's, or do you need doctor degree, how are you going to get the deficient subjects, and so much more. The do's and the don'ts, you know, the must do's and the things that you should avoid doing before applying to the US, or what are the things that you must know so that you will prevent mistakes that can lead you to frustration and confusion. So the masterclass is there for you. The link is down below. I highly suggest this for those who are serious and really want to fast forward their US application. This one is for you, okay? I also have a master class that is for documentation. It's called the USPT Dynamic Documentation, and I dissected the physical therapy evaluation and all the useful information that you must know to prepare you, so that when you come here you are not clueless on how to do a PT evaluation. I started with chart review, how to do the you know, prior level of function interview, what are the questions that you should ask about discharge, how to set goals, okay, and then what are the duration for the goal setting, the short-term goal, the long-term goal, and so much information in that masterclass. Highly valuable and really worth the time and the investment for that. So all the links are down below, okay? So thank you guys for watching. I hope this video is very helpful for you. Share this video. Comment below if you have other suggestions for video or any questions. Until the next video, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed.